John Kohler with OKRod.com. Today I have another exciting episode for you. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada with another restaurant review for you guys. Now this is a vegan, vegetarian, and raw food cafe here in Las Vegas. We're at like 5875 South Rainbow off between the 215 and Russell. I can see the strip in the background, so you know, if you don't have a rental car, I don't know, it might be really difficult to get public transportation up here. Or it's probably kind of expensive to take a taxi because there's not a whole lot of raw foods happening in Las Vegas. Now when traveling, I always encourage you guys to eat out of grocery stores or health food stores, and there happens to be a Whole Foods actually on the Las Vegas Strip that you can easily catch a bus to get some food if you're staying down in Las Vegas. Anyways, we're here at a cool restaurant and we're gonna check them out. It's actually called Fresh Mama Freshetarian Cafe, and that's because they have fresh foods and a lot of fresh foods. And what they focus on is very simple. They focus on three things. They focus on smoothies, fresh smoothies, they focus on wraps, and they make fresh salads as well. So we're gonna come inside and show you guys the menu, show you guys what they're serving, what the decor looks like, and more importantly, I'm gonna review and let you guys know how the food is today here at Fresh Mama's. So let's come inside and check out Fresh Mama's. Here inside Fresh Mama's is pretty laid back atmosphere. You know, you just basically gonna go to the counter and order your food, and then you can just find some place to sit down and enjoy your food. One of the things I like here about Fresh Mama's is that, you know, they basically make all the food to order. So, you know, they're really back there busy making all the stuff after you order it. So, you know, it's not like pre-packaged, pre-wrapped. This is not fast food, man. This is fresh food, and fresh food is a food I think you guys should be eating. And so they have a vegan and vegetarian and raw entrees here, so let's check out the menu. And here's the menu here. It's just like, I like this a lot. It's one price for everything on the menu. So whether you want to get a smoothie, they're all $7.99, and they got different kinds. A lot of them are made actually with fresh coconut water, which I like. They got nutritious ones, recover, electrolyte ones, and boost ones. All kinds of ones with, like, this one has grape, mango, lemon, and kale. It's called the Brontosaurus. This one's called the Amazon Power with almonds, agave, banana, cacao, Sun Warrior protein. This one's called the Hydrate with banana, cacao, vanilla, coconut water, and coconut meat. That'd probably be good. I love smoothies with coconut meat. And I always want to encourage you guys when actually making smoothies at home, don't use plain water, use coconut water, and they use the young Thai coconuts here, which they'll actually also sell you. On the back side of the menu here, it's very simple. They have wraps and salads, and they're just one low price, $7.99 also. And they have pre-made salads that actually you could order and they'll make for you. And you know, they tell you exactly what's in there. And they also have wraps. So you can make a pre-made wrap, they'll tell you what's in there. Or what I'm doing today is actually we're gonna get the make your own wrap. So this is really cool because you'll get to select what you wanna make your wrap out of, whether you wanna use a romaine leaf, a collard green, Ezekiel tortilla, a flour tortilla, or rice paper. So some of those are vegan and some of those are raw. The raw ones obviously are the romaine and the collard greens. You could also get to choose a type of spread, and they do have a little ingredients list, so if you are sensitive to certain ingredients, they'll let you know what's actually in the spread. They got different Baja spread, hummus Florentine, sunflower seed, tahini almond, or butter sauce. And then you get to choose the filling in there, and you get any or all of these guys. So it's not like some pizza place where they charge you $1 extra. You could choose and add all these if you want: bell pepper, cabbage, carrots, celery, cucumber, sprouts, jalapeno, red onion, bruschetta, pico de gallo, tomato, cilantro, romaine, spinach, and mango. So that's definitely really cool. And then they have a few extras if you want to add some extras. So I think what we're gonna do next is actually order some food. Besides the smoothies and the wraps and the salads you can get, of course, this wouldn't be a cafe without the desserts, and they have a whole selection of the desserts here. Here's some coconuts. Actually, check it out, I like this a lot. It says actually on the coconut, it says Fresh Mama's, so they've stamped that or stenciled it on there. That's really cool, I haven't seen that before. But they have all kinds of different desserts here. This is actually a chia superfood dessert. It's very simple, it has apples, blueberries, chia seeds, cinnamon, goji berries, sea salt, walnuts, and water. In addition, they have like a little quinoa bowl here. I think that's actually like a little salad. It's definitely cool. And they got a chocolate cashew cream tarts. And they got different kinds of like cheesecake. This looks like a blueberry cheesecake, and a Rario. So if you like Oreos and you're raw now, you can get a Rario. And They got all these different kinds of like brownies and desserts here. Now in general, I'm definitely not a big fan of desserts, especially some of the raw desserts. While they may taste good and definitely healthier than, you know, their cooked counterparts, you know, they can actually be very high in fat and actually sugar. So I don't necessarily recommend them, but as an occasional treat, might be good. I think the best dessert is actually just eating some fresh fruit, or maybe some frozen banana sorbet, maybe even some dried fruits instead of like a raw food recipe concoction. So we're gonna skip the desserts today. So you guys are in for a very special treat. Does not happen too often, but I've actually was talking to the owner and I got invited back into the kitchen. And I like places that'll invite me back into the kitchen to show me that they don't have anything to hide, and now you guys get to see it. You know, what they're doing back here, and usually it says notice employees only, but we got a backstage pass or back kitchen pass. And this is the kitchen back here, and one of the things you'll notice is absent is the stove. There's no stove back here because they don't actually cook anything, and I think that's really cool. You can see they have stacks and stacks of one of my favorite foods in the whole world. This is the young coconuts, and they have a lot of these because they use the base, the coconut water, in many of the smoothies. The coconut water is very high in electrolytes, and I like that they use real coconut water instead of just water, you know, like many places may add just ice to your smoothie, and that just adds more water. Well, they're adding electrolyte-rich coconut water instead. In addition, one of the things I like back here is that they're using Whole Foods ingredients, and these are the coolers here where they literally have all the produce that you'll see. I mean, all kinds of produce here. Now, I do want to mention that they use about 30 to 40% organic produce, so they get organic, you know, whenever they can. So I think that's very important to eat organic whenever possible. And I like that they're using, once again, whole fresh foods. After all, this place is called Freshetarian Cafe because they're preparing things fresh. You can see back here they're preparing some of the different things for the wraps, and for the smoothies they're just cutting up the cabbage and preparing that so that on the make table it's all ready to go. So they buy the whole produce and do all the chopping and preparation in the back and bring it out to make all the delicious food they're going to serve you guys. In this area, this is where they have all the storage of all the nuts and seeds. So they got really good things like hemp seeds, which are high in omega-3 fatty acids. They got my favorite nuts right here, macadamia nuts, definitely my favorite nut. And they got a whole different selection of walnuts and pecans and Brazil nuts and almonds. I mean, this is what you're gonna see back here. They use a lot of whole foods, and that's what they focus on here to get you guys whole, real food, because those are the foods, in my opinion, that are healthiest for us to eat. And you can see back here, this is when they did have a real restaurant here. This is where they have the stoves and the ovens and whatnot, and there's nothing underneath here now except a whole bunch of, once again, some spices to make your food taste good. And down below here, this is where actually they've got the dehydrator. So this is the kind of cooking they have going on there, dehydrating at low temperatures to keep the enzymes active. Inside here, they got some, looks like some glazed pecans. They actually look quite delicious. And they make things like flax crackers, which they got over here, and all kinds of cool other stuff in the dehydrators that they can't keep it raw. In any case, I think our food's here now, so let's actually go back out and we'll share with you guys how the food is here at Fresh Mama's Freshetarian Cafe. All right, so our order's ready, and you can see it says pick up here, so our food's ready to get picked up. We could take it to go, or we could eat it here, and we're gonna just chill out today. They have a little eating area in the cafe, but then they have this nice atrium area that opens up and has a nice skylight in here, and I like this a lot better for eating, and there's tables in here as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and sit over and open up our wraps and share with you guys how they taste. Soup's on. We got 3 different wraps, and here it is right here. We got the sunflower wrap, the Baja wrap, and these are the actual fillings on the inside because everything else is the same. We got basically the collard leaf and all the different kinds of fillings that they had actually, except the bruschetta, and I don't think I got the mixed bell peppers because I don't like to eat green bell peppers because those peppers are not ripe, because I always encourage you guys to eat your peppers and actually other Solanaceae plants, including tomatoes and eggplants, as ripe as possible. And we got the hummus wraps. So I like that these things come all wrapped up like little mini burritos, and basically it's a little half like this, all wrapped up in a nice wrapper here. And check it out. I mean, this is quintessential raw food. You can see this is like mostly fresh vegetables just cut up with a little bit of that you know, nut pate stuff. And this is how I think, you know, raw food restaurants should have their food, just like this, like fresh food, mostly vegetables with a little nut pate. So let's see, we're gonna rip into this hummus one, and I'll tell you guys what I think. Just how a wrap should be. quite good. You can taste the flavorfulness of the hummus in there, but also you taste all the vegetables, including the sprouts. Quite delicious. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this guy off, and then I'll go to the next one. So that hummus wrap was quite delicious, and next we're gonna move on to the sunflower wrap. So we're gonna check this out and see how this is. Now, once again, you know, this is how a raw food restaurant should be. It's like mostly vegetables with a little bit of sauce or, you know, nut pate to make it taste good. I mean, this is what raw foods is all about to me. Every day I have a large salad for dinner with a little bit of, you know, nut-based dressings and not using oil and vinegar and stuff like that, which are, you know, highly processed and potentially unauthorized foods to eat. So we're gonna unwrap this sunflower wrap here, and we'll tell you how this tastes. Definitely good. Now, all our wraps today have the same exact fillings, only the pate or the nut sauce is different. So after I eat the Baja, which is coming up next, I'll let you guys know which one I like the most. I'm still working on my sunflower wrap, and so far I've definitely liked the hummus wrap better, and maybe the Baja wrap will even be the best, but I'm not quite sure yet. But I wanted to come back at you guys and let you guys know that when eating raw foods, especially foods like vegetables that are very fibrous, it's very important to use your free juicers, which are your teeth. You want to chew and masticate your food actually very well, at least 200 times a mouthful. So I'll sit here and chew and chew and chew, and what you guys aren't seeing is that, you know, every wrap is taking me 10 minutes to eat because I'm chewing a lot each mouthful. And so maybe if you don't chew 200 times, at least chew a good 20 times and make your food a mush so that you will get the optimum digestion out of the raw foods you're eating. Now we're down to the last wrap. This is the Baja wrap. Maybe this one will be the best one of all. So far so good. These wraps have been actually quite good, actually quite filling. I've eaten, you know, basically one whole wrap, and I'm still not quite full, so if you come, you might want to buy 2 wraps, but it depends on how much you eat. I'm used to eating actually a large volume of foods because, remember, in vegetables, there's not a whole lot of calories. So let's go ahead and unwrap this guy and let you know how it is. All right, bottoms up. Definitely really good. Not sure if I like it or not. Let me go ahead and finish the rest, and we'll come back at you and let you know which wrap will reign supreme here at Fresh Mama's Freshetarian Cafe. Just finishing up the Baja wrap, and overall I have to tell you guys that I like the hummus wrap the most. It had the most flavor, just tasted the best. The Baja wrap's actually quite hot and spicy, so if you like hot and spicy, this might be the one you want to get. And the sunflower wrap was just okay, but the hummus wrap, that's the one I like the most. Now, they found out that I was actually filming a video for YouTube, and actually they brought me dessert, even though I wasn't going to buy one, but for free, I think I'll eat it. So we'll be back at you next after I finish my Baja wrap with the Oreo, raw Oreo. Now I'm gonna try the Oreo, and I don't normally like to eat desserts. Usually I like to fill up on all my salads and literally not eat any desserts for dessert, but have my desserts during the daytime in the form of fresh fruit. Today I got to feast on pineapple guavas or fajoas, and actually today I also got to eat some red cactus fruit juice mixed with coconut milk. Man, that was so delicious, and that was my dessert. But anyways, tonight, got a special treat. This is a dessert here, the Oreo, and one of the things I like on the back of desserts, they disclose all the ingredients. So some ingredients that I wouldn't normally necessarily eat, but hey, you know, once in a while the desserts I think are right. I rarely eat desserts otherwise. So as a kid, I have to say I really did like Oreos. I'd actually buy like packages of them and just sit in front of the TV and eat them like many of you guys maybe did. And what's that, like they had a commercial like something about an Oreo, and if you could unscrew it, and actually this one won't unscrew easily because I actually eat all the different components separately. So we're just gonna go ahead and bite into this Oreo. Wow, man. Amazingly enough, this is crazy. This tastes like the Oreo that I used to have as a kid. It like brings back the memories. So this is a much better version than the, you know, the processed food version. This is a raw version. But nonetheless, you probably only want to eat these as a treat. I just had the Oreo, and actually it was quite delicious. So you might want to pick that up if you come to. That being said, I don't always recommend getting desserts, and once again, eat your desserts during the daytime. Anyways, we're down to the final moments here of my review, and now we're going to give you the overall rating and my thoughts of Fresh Mama's Freshetarian Cafe here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So overall, I rate all my restaurants on reviews on basically apples, 1 out of 5 apples, 5 apples being like the best. And you know, when I rate something, it's like me based on what I eat on a daily basis, and me being into raw foods for 17 years and eating a very, what I call, quote unquote, clean diet. So I don't eat a lot of raw foods and packages like agave, like maple syrup, which technically isn't raw, like, you know, rice wine vinegar, like coconut aminos or Bragg's aminos or other things like that. So based on this fact, I would rate the Freshetarian 3.5 apples, which is quite a good review. I liked it a lot. I think the food here, like the wraps specifically, should be duplicated at every raw food restaurant, because once again, it's mostly water-rich foods, the things that we should be eating the most, the vegetables, and you know, it has a little bit of the nut pate to make it good. Most raw food restaurants have a lot of highly dehydrated and dried foods and a lot of nuts, a lot more nuts. This is really rich on the vegetables, so I like that a lot. Some of the things they may improve on, I wish they used a lot more organic produce here. They use maybe between 30 to 40%, and even local sources available of organic produce is even like the big warehouse club stores. Places like Costco now sells organic spinach and organic spring mix and even organic baby kales by the bag for relatively inexpensive. That might be an option for them to do, or definitely for you guys out there in YouTube land to buy some organic greens, because I think the greens are one of the most important foods that we should be eating, and also they definitely, in my opinion, should be organic because they can be highly sprayed. Let's see, other things that were really cool about this place that I like, they had an open door policy, so I got to actually check out their kitchen and see. And the other thing that they do is they make the ingredients list available for you guys if you have questions. So they're, you know, they're not here to hide anything. They're here to be upfront and be helpful for you guys and let you know like what's in the different dressings and what's in the different spreads for wraps. Now, some of the spreads had some ingredients that I wouldn't normally eat because I do eat a clean diet, but that being said, if you're a vegetarian or vegan or coming off the street from McDonald's, this stuff is way healthier than anything you're probably gonna find anywhere else in Las Vegas that I've seen so far. Let's see, for example, the hummus Florentine, which is the wrap I like the most, this is the ingredients. It is simply macadamia nuts, which are my favorite nut, water, tahini, lemon juice, olive oil, Italian seasonings, garlic, and sea salt. Actually, that was quite delicious and quite good. So I like that they all, you know, they're upfront with what they're doing here. I've had a great time actually sharing this cafe with you guys, and if you're in Las Vegas, you want to definitely come out to Fresh Mama's Freshetarian Cafe. It's definitely quite good and probably one of the healthiest places to get some fresh, raw food here in Las Vegas. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time. And remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're the best.